I'm frequently asked about some of the different ways you can learn how to play guitar, and there are a lot. All you really have to do is start learning a few things. They can either be from a teacher or from a book. Matter of fact, there may be even a series out there called How to Play Guitar, and it could not possibly cover everything you need to know because there are just too many things. Now, guitar is really fascinating from a couple of angles. One is you don't necessarily need to learn how to read music to be able to play the guitar. You can just learn to play a few chords, strum a few chords very simply, and get them going back and forth. And now you're able to strum a very simple campfire song. There are even songs out there that only take there are a couple one-chord songs, but they're not particularly fun to play. But there are a lot of songs you can learn how to play with just 2 or 3 chords. So sometimes the best thing to do is start off with a couple of simple chords. Learn how to play an A chord, a D chord, an E chord, and now you could play songs like Gloria or any other, millions of songs. Johnny Be Good, Dust in the Wind. No, you can't play Dust in the Wind with just those 3 chords. But in any case, it's very easy to be able to just put a little bit of time in as you start your guitar learning cycle, let's say, and be able to just do a couple of things, learn a simple strum and a couple simple chords. I frequently teach people a song in 3/4 time that uses just 3 or 4 open chords. Scarborough Fair is a great example of one of the songs I do this with. It starts with A minor. You just have to learn to keep a 3-beat pattern going down, down, up, 1, 2, and 3, and once you can do that and change a couple of chords back and forth, you can say you can play the guitar. Now, that doesn't mean you can play the guitar well, necessarily. That's a whole different thing of learning and just starting to take lessons. But one of the big things I really recommend is taking lessons from a teacher that really knows what they're doing, because you can head down so many dark paths, blind alleys, and just stumble into pits that you can't escape from. I have many, many students that come to me and start and say, "Hey, I've been playing for 30 years, but I don't seem to be getting any better, and I haven't gotten better in the last 25 years. What can I do?" Well, first thing is you have to learn some new things that are difficult for you. Start working on some things that are a little outside your comfort zone and things that you have to stretch to work on. But one of the biggest things is to go back to basics and learn them correctly, because there are so many times students come in with a big set of bad habits. And that's, again, if you're trying to learn how to play guitar, the thing you got to do is avoid the bad habits. So start with good hand position, good finger position, good technique with your right hand, and then you can take it from there, and everything will kind of come together. You really do need to decide, too, what style of stuff you want to go into. There's classical guitar, there's acoustic guitar, there's electric guitar, and then all of those things branch out into other genres, whether it's soloing like Joe Satriani, or fingerpicking like Mason Williams, or strumming Neil Young type songs. All of those are decisions you kind of have to make and figure out what it is that brought you to be interested in the guitar in the first place. That's a lot of it. So it's really just a matter of getting started. Pick up a guitar, learn a few chords, and then practice, practice, practice.